Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Tuesday. Oh, I'm excited. Seems like a long Tuesday. This is our hidden gem segment. Y'all know every Tuesday. I shouldn't say every Tuesday. Once a month Tuesday. It's our hidden gem segment where we continue to uplift and highlight amazing businesses, folks in the community that are doing amazing things that impact people. And tonight, we have some phenomenal gems. Now, I know it's been a month. So many things have taken place since the last time we was on the air last month. We talked about all of the plane crashes, things that was going on. Now we kicking off another month. And y'all know what this month is. This is Women History Month. So I want to give a huge to all the phenomenal, amazing women out there that continue to be trailblazers, make impact. We don't want to forget the queens that's out there putting in work, doing the things that they need to do as we close out Black History Month, stepping into this month, a very, very important month, especially for our young queens, the young ladies who are looking up to these amazing, and phenomenal women that are making impact, changing our community, doing things that haven't been done. It's happening. So with that being said, shout out to all of the amazing queens for doing their work to uplift in this month of greatness. And we are excited to be here and celebrate it with everybody. Now, everybody that's tuning in, I know some folks been reading out, hit me, text message in my DM. What's going on? We don't see you guys. We changed our programming to once a month. So we have 3 shows once a month that we're doing. And I know our Sunday's conversation has been moved off. Again, we're trying to get this thing back flowing how we want to do it. I know we was doing 3 times a week, every week. It was a lot pushing to keep the flow of the shows. As we go into these once a month, it gives us enough time to kind of sit back and calculate and be very intentional on how we want to put out our messaging and our programs to the community so folks can have the information, be a part of the conversation, especially with our Educational Thursdays. We're going to continue to provide those amazing gems of information that our Educational Thursday presenters present for community. And then like nights like tonight, we're going to bring these gems, these people that you need to know where they at, these businesses that we need to support and uplift during these times. So I'm excited about what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be impacting community, but we're going to stay connected. Please make sure you sign up for our newsletter. Get connected in our newsletter. Check us out on our social media handles. Y'all know we on all social media handles at both sides of the conversation. And we're going to continue to uplift community and do the things that we need to do now. And it's time of intentionality, this time of stepping up and moving forward. We got to do what we have to do as community to come together and continue to uplift our people in our communities. We can't stand still waiting. You guys see the transition that's happening. Y'all know what's going on. We got to stand together. We got to support each other. We got to get in spaces. We got to have conversations. And we got to walk hand in hand to make sure that we are leading our community. We are uplifting the people and doing what we need to do to be a part of the progression and not just the reactors, okay? We can't just keep reacting to everything that's going on in the community. We got to be intentional and working together and making sure that we move our community forward and making sure that we are passing the torch to our young people so that they could take the torch and move our communities forward. So excited to be a part of the process. Yeah, I'm still here with the people, stepping with the people. I know this weekend they're having a men's unity march in Oakland. We're going to uplift all that information again out on our social media handles. All of the brothers out there, I need y'all to get off the couch, okay? If you're in the Bay Area, I need you to get off the couch, all right? This weekend, this Saturday, and get out to Oakland, to Joaquin Miller Park, and we're going to have a men's unity march. Hip Hop TV, a number of organizations are coming together, 510 Hikers, some amazing brothers. If you're looking for an opportunity to meet some of the real respectful men in the Bay Area, some folks that are trying to uplift and bring men unity together. This is a hike that you want to be a part of as they continue to uplift health, as we always hear both sides of the conversation, uplift mental health, men's health. It is so important that we get our brothers out there active. So many folks are losing their lives to medical reasons. We talk about heart attacks, obesity. We talk about cholesterol. We suffering in our community. We got some phenomenal people that's going to also talk about the brain and some things that's coming on tonight. So I'm excited, but we got to continue to do our part to uplift this health in our community. It is so important to stand together in these times. And again, community, we have to stand united. We can't be divided, and we got to uplift each other. I'm watching the news. I'm seeing what's going on, okay, as they continue to attack our communities, continue to break down our communities, okay? All you see out there, what's going on, the public lynching of the amazing folks of our community that are leading, trying to do the things to move our community forward. We got to stand together. Watch out for these narratives, okay? These narratives of this negativity, these medias that are coming after our leadership. coming after the women of our community, coming after the leaders of our communities. We got to stand together united so that we can continue to uplift the positive and the peace and the movement that is needed in our community. There's a lot of vibration happening out there. Get ready. I was just telling our guests tonight, I don't know what it is, community, but y'all know me. I'm the bishop. I feel things that are happening. I don't know what's going on, but we got to get prepared in our community. I don't know what it is, but we got to start getting ready. All right. I don't know. Get your water ready. I don't know. I'm not saying COVID's coming back. I'm not saying an attack is going to happen, but something isn't right. I just don't know. But all I can say is let's get ready. Make sure you have an emergency plan. Make sure you know how to connect with your family if Wi-Fi is cut off. Make sure you know how to connect if the power is off. Make sure you know how to connect with your family if there's an earthquake. I don't know. Y'all see the massive fires in LA. Now we have massive fires taking on in South Carolina tonight. Our community must also be prepared for emergency and disaster. Make sure that you are talking to your family, your loved one, your children. Make sure they know, hey, if we get disconnected, if the power goes off, if the internet goes out, if the cell phones go down, where are we going to meet? All right. We got to start putting these plans in place in our community. We can't just wait for things to happen and react. So I'm asking my community, be proactive. I'm definitely reaching out to some of the folks that's doing emergency preparedness. Make sure you have pictures of your social security card, birth certificate, passport, things of that nature. Put those pictures, save them in folders in your phone, just in case something happened and we get disconnected. So many folks lost so much during these wildfires. And it was just amazing. The other day, I was listening to some of the conversation, how many of our people in the community, just people in general, but our community, you know, we about our community, just didn't have their documentations, their passports, you know, just lost everything, social security cards. So let's do our part while we have a time tonight. Think about it, put you a plan together, make sure you have your secure documents that you need, bank cards, bank information, take some pictures of that stuff, put it in your phone. So at least if something happened, you have your information. As you know, we are in these times, who knows what's going to take place, what the next disaster is going to be, or what's the next emergency that's going to pack you, your family, or our community. So let's be prepared. All right. With that being said, enough of me. I've been talking for a long. This is what happened when you're off the air for a month, okay? Things are always happening. But I want to give a couple of the news article stories that's taking place. As you all know, California, the order has been put back in by Governor Newsom to make folks return back to office work. So as you all can see, I know y'all folks that's moving around out there, you see the traffic is increasing. There's more people on the road. The bridges are starting to get full again as folks are starting to come back. I know the mayor of Oakland, they put out all Oakland city workers are returning April 28th. I know in San Francisco, a lot of those city workers are returning in April as well. Some folks are returning in the next couple of weeks. I know a lot of the hospitals are requiring their staff and here in the Bay Area to return and across the state. So be patient, people. I know there's a lot of folks who've been used to kind of zooming around, getting around on the freeways and getting where they have to go. Make sure you allow more time for your events and work as more and more people are coming back to work. The traffic is starting to be increased. And also, the rents is going up. Just so y'all know, people are starting to come back. So a lot of those folks who moved out of state during the pandemic are looking for apartments and trying to get back to the state to do the work that they need to do as folks are being called back. So make sure you set up enough time and do the things that you need to do. Also, the San Francisco, they're putting together a stronger tenant protection aim in housing. As y'all know, San Francisco housing is being attacked. We talk about low income. Y'all know San Francisco, one of the highest cities in America to live in. More and more low income, poor people are being pushed out. Longtime residents are being pushed out. But the San Francisco mayor and the supervisors are trying to put together more protections for folks who are worried about how are they going to be able to stay in the city. And again, we need these proposals to go in place. Folks, make sure y'all get out there, talk to your supervisor, talk to your elected officials, make sure we protect our elders and folks who are dealing with low income and issues of that nature so we can keep our people in San Francisco. Y'all know we have a low percentage, as already known, less than 3%, 4% here in the city. And if we don't have these type of tenant protections, more and more of our people are being pushed out of the city during these changes, during these time. Also, just so you guys know, they got severe weather warnings coming out across the country here in the Bay Area. They talking about this massive storm Lola is bringing winds, snow, rain, and things of that nature. The Bay Area is going to get hit with some of that high wind, cold temperatures. So make sure you check on your loved ones. Again, those high winds bring down power lines and things of that nature. So make sure you are prepared to withstand at least 72 hours with water, food, and things of that nature. And if you have medicines, check on your elders. medicine, check on them because we know a lot of power is going to be affected, and it's going to be hard for folks to move around. That last storm we had brought some significant rain, and we had storming across the Bay Area. So folks, get ready as this storm is about to be coming in the next 24 to 48 hours across the country. But here in the Bay Area, we'll be getting impact and hit with some of that rain. All right. With that being said, all right, community, y'all heard enough of the bishop. All right, it's time to get to the business. These hidden gems. I hope y'all ready. This is what it's all about. The why we here, to uplift the people that's making impact, the people that are doing things, the businesses, the events that you need to know about. And we are excited tonight because we have some gems, and they're gonna tell you what they got going on and what's going on with them. So with that being said, let's go ahead and bring up our first hidden gem tonight. This brother's doing some amazing things. We finna hear about brother Elijah Rock. Welcome to both sides of the conversation, King. How you doing tonight, brother?
Nice to meet you, John. Appreciate it, man.
Man, we glad to have you. I know there's a number of things that you're working on, and we're gonna bring up your tag team partner shortly here, but I want to give you opportunity to introduce yourself to the community and talk a little bit about what you have going on and what's coming up so our community can get excited, brother.
Well, I really appreciate it. You have a wonderful show. You have a wonderful platform, and everyone who's around you seems to be just as enthusiastic about the work as you are, and I really appreciate that. I'm a part of an initiative called Memories Unleashed. And my background, I come from a performing arts background, theater, and also music is a huge part of my life. And Memories Unleashed is an album of Great American Songbook standards, the type of songs you would have heard Nat King Cole sing, and Sammy Davis and Joe Williams and Arthur Prysock, Sinatra, but Ella Fitzgerald. I mean, the list goes on and on. So Memories Unleashed is about connecting nostalgia and music and the arts and performance. So it's an album that complements a live show. And the show is called Memories Unleashed, Jazz and the Great American Songbook. It's a highly entertaining show that connects memories and brain health. And it's a story of my father. My father is living with Alzheimer's disease. So that was the impetus for me to want to pursue how my story could make impact in bringing awareness to Alzheimer's disease and research. And that's where Dr. Charles Winden comes in terms of partnering with me on this initiative. But we have a big event coming up on March 28th at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. It's free to the public. And this is our way of connecting with the community and saying, hey, come out, whether you have a lived experience with Alzheimer's or dementia or a loved one, or you're a caregiver. We want people to come together so we can help educate, and we can use music because, bringing people together around music and socialization is actually really good for your brain. And then you're listening to some great music, and you're actually going to hear the soundtrack of the new album, and the people who are playing on their album are some of the biggest names in jazz. I mean, they played for Whitney Houston to Anita Baker. They played for, my pianist, for example, music director for the great Dionne Warwick. I mean, so the list goes on. So it's a soulful show. It's jazz, but it's soulful too. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to share about this event. We really want you all to come out and be a part of it.
Man, that's so powerful. And speaking of Charles, we're going to bring up Charles because I definitely want him to reintroduce himself to the community. He's been here several times, doing some amazing research and his work. So with that being said, I want to bring up Brother Charles Winden, a UCSF researcher, talking about this brain health. Brother Charles, welcome back to both sides of the conversation. Go ahead and talk to the people. I mean, this event is important, but talk about the work you're doing and why this is so important for you and the work that you're doing and how we can really uplift this in our community.
Absolutely. Thank you as always, John, for having me on. It's wonderful to be here again, to be able to speak with you all. So I think when we think about things like Alzheimer's, we think about things like dementia, losing their memory, losing essentially their thinking ability as they get older. They terrify many of us. Many of us have a parent grandparent. We've seen them go through Alzheimer's and dementia. But the problem is that the fear that's associated with these conditions, it paralyzes us. It makes us not want to go to the doctor because we're worried we might be told we have Alzheimer's. It makes us not want to go and see people who maybe have Alzheimer's because it's painful to see. And in that fear is where the disease holds its power. But through initiatives like this, we can rob the disease of its power. We can come together as a community around something like music, where we can emotionally bond and connect, and we can talk about a topic that is difficult to talk about. And I appreciate you, John, so much because of this platform. You talk about ideas that are difficult. It's difficult to hear some of these things, but the solution is not sticking our head in the sand. The solution is learning more about it and then being able to do something about it. So through Memories Unleashed in particular, we're going to start to destigmatize things like Alzheimer's, dementia, rob those things of their power. Folks don't realize we have new tests to diagnose Alzheimer's much earlier than before. We have new medicines, new treatment for Alzheimer's disease that are effective early on in the course of the disease. But again, if you're not going to the doctor, if you're not talking about these things, you're never going to get the help. We're never going to tackle this problem. And we know in particular, in our community, in the Black and Brown community, rates of Alzheimer's disease far surpass other communities. We have much greater rates of Alzheimer's. We are less likely to get to the doctor. When we do get to the doctor, most often things are too far gone. We actually show up to the doctor when symptoms are so far along that there are no medicines or other things that can make a meaningful difference. So we have to start talking about these things, and we have to start doing it in a different way than I think we traditionally have, right? The traditional way of talking about this, you turn on the TV, you see somebody from a high-powered institution talking at a very high level. That doesn't work. We need to meet each other in the community around something like music, around something that's appetizing to so that we can actually start to tackle this problem. And I'm just honored and privileged to really be a part of this initiative. And we're really hoping folks are interested in showing up and really gaining from the performance itself, but also taking home a little bit of knowledge with them.
Man, Charles, you know, it's always great you sprinkling the people with the information. And I think for our community, it's so powerful. And I think the power of education and intentionality. And I just love how you've spearheaded this initiative. I've seen you at all of the community events, talking with different organizations, making sure that you find out how to navigate, how to connect with our community. It's so important. We talk about the different aspects of health that impact Black folks, brown folks in our communities, how we already have those disparities when it comes to access to healthcare, the financial, and just the insurance to get around, and not really having someone that looks like us to really break down those things. And again, like you said, you go to these institutions and these systems, it's really not designed to really impact our communities. But the way you're doing it at UCSF with your research and bringing that community with the larger community to really bring change to our community is so important. And I'm just excited that you are here. I'm looking forward to find out, more about the concert and how we can continue to support the community. Go out there. This is a time to not only enjoy yourself. When you get an opportunity to listen to great music, some of the top players, as Brother Rock said, right? And listen to some of the top players in the jazz community, R&B arena, and then also talk about, the health part. And I think that's how we have to transition. Sometimes we have to find, if it's through music, if it's through art, if it's through media, how do we use these platforms to get information across? And I just think it's commendable the way you all have partnered together to do this, and how it impacted your family, and you taking this to move forward to help the next family. And I think that's the model in our community. We can't sit in silence and say, hey, this happened to me, and I don't want to tell nobody else. And listening to you, Charles, about the ages becoming younger, right? And the more people that we get involved to help find a cure, or just find the preventative measures to sustain, to be more sustainable in our community is so important. So I'm just happy that you all are here. You still pushing this initiative. And I think music is part of healing. So community, make sure y'all get out there and listen to the music, as well as it impacts the brain, and you can process some of the information so that we can continue to uplift this initiative to move forward in our community. And Brother Eric, go ahead, jump in there, King.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the show, you know, my dad is living with Alzheimer's, so in the show, I'm telling my story. You know, I mean, the songs are telling the story through. I mean, the way the songs tell the story between my father and I is magical, and so it's great music, but it's also the storytelling. It's the relatability to those in the audience. You know what I mean? And that is what's so you know, endearing to me about it. And I can't emphasize enough how amazing it has been to work with Charles on this project. I mean, you know, here I am. I come from an artist background, and I was fortunate to become an Atlantic Fellow at the Global Brain Health Institute, where for a year I pretty much lived in San Francisco. So shout out to the Bay and San Fran. I fell in love with the city. And so, you know, to work so closely with Charles on this, and this is another thing that, you know, I just really want to express to the audience. I think it's really about how we bring multidisciplinary collaborations together. When you bring arts and science together, and I know sometimes artists don't necessarily feel welcome in the scientific community, and sometimes maybe scientists feel somewhat isolated in their world. But I think the way we tackle this is we have arts and science and community. It's almost like the great trifecta. When you bring that all together, then you're able to tackle the problems in a way more robust way, because everyone's bringing, I mean, that's where innovation happens, right? People talk, well, how do you innovate? Well, you bring these disciplines and you bring these talents together. And so Charles and I are just an example of two people who have, you know, particular disciplines, who are humble enough to learn from each other, you know, at the end of the day, and want to help. And so that type of collaboration, I think, is key. I just want to emphasize that.
Man, and before I get to Charles, I know Charles might have something else to say, you know, being a part of this process with your father. Maybe there's somebody out there, you know, going through this, or maybe just transitioning. You know, give them some jewels and some gems of, like, you know, what that journey looked like, and what some of the things they can look forward to in this process. I mean, you know, it sounds like a nice journey, ups and downs. But what if someone's out there, they might be dealing with it? Maybe they have a relative right now being impacted by it. Like, what kind of encouragement or information you could give them?
And I appreciate you asking that question. Well, they call it the long goodbye for a reason. He has a mixed dementia, so it's a slow decline. And the hardest part, you know, in the beginning was, you know, taking his car keys away. You know what I mean? Because he's independent. He wanted to drive. Even today, he'll be like, I wish I could just drive, you know. And then he couldn't live on his own. So I had to take, you know, power of attorney and find him a community that he could be safe and thrive in. And then there's just the hardest day to day is when you're close to your father and you have a story, right? Imagine you have, you know, your loved one, your father, your mother, and you have these stories that, and then you're asking them for advice about something, right? And so they can give you advice based on longitudinal information. Like they knew that thing that you did when you were 17 that was crazy, and they're like, you know what, blah blah blah, and they're giving you strategy, but they have reference, right? My dad doesn't have reference anymore, right? So the expectation of what I think he may give me when I'm going to him for counsel is not there. And when that hit me, that's when I would have really hard moments, because the person that I could lean on in that particular way is not there anymore. So I have to be more in the moment with him. Now, on the flip side, sometimes when you're having those moment to moment experiences, there are moments where he says something and refers to a moment in history that you knew nothing about. And you're like, oh wow, I didn't know about that, Pops. Really? Like, you know, so it's it's the double-edged sword, right? And I think those are the things that to give you just a little bit of insight on what my day-to-day is. But it's hard to see from month to month the slow decline. That's tough.
Wow, wow. Brother Charles, give you some last words, Charles. I know you got something with all of that. Give these people out here something.
Sure. So maybe a more light point and then more serious one. So I want to just say first and foremost, I've seen Elijah perform. Y'all are gonna be sad if you don't come out. I mean, this man, in the performance, he had me laughing, he had me crying, he had me singing along. Y'all are gonna be missing out if you don't come out. I'll leave it at that. But on a more serious note, I think the other thing that as we think about music in and of itself, we know music holds power, right? I don't have to explain that to folks. When we look at music from a scientific standpoint, when we look at what happens in the brain with regards to music, music has an incredible power to light up different regions of the brain. This is even in the setting of something like Alzheimer's disease. So they've actually taken folks who have Alzheimer's disease, played them familiar music, and looked at what is going on with their brain activity. And there is brain activity that still responds to that music. Folks can still remember lyrics. They're transported back to a time where they remember they were at the high school dance with so-and-so. Music has this unbelievable power to unlock memories and things that we think are far gone. And I think this is one of the exciting things about this concert and this initiative is really that you are going to see in this concert how powerful music can truly be. We are hoping in large part that many folks who come out with their loved ones who have some level of cognitive impairment, have some level of dementia. So you can actually see firsthand how music can unleash essentially, bring them back to a state which it'll blow your mind. It'll really blow your mind in terms of how much of a difference it can make. And so, by participating in the concert, you'll actually see firsthand the power of music and learn a little bit more about how you can then take music and use it as a tool to help those you love who may be dealing with essentially different types of cognitive impairment, dementia. Many other folks, there are going to be a host of folks in the room. And so one of the things that's going to be, I think, amazing is you are going to meet some absolutely spectacular folks. You don't actually know what you might get out of the concert beyond just appreciating the music, seeing your loved one respond. There are going to be physicians there. There are going to be researchers. There's going to be community advocates. There are going to be potentially policy advocates. It is going to be a host of folks. And so there's so much more to gain from just the concert beyond just the music itself, although the music will be incredible and the Eric will be obviously incredible.
Wow, I'm excited. You guys got me fired up. The M's, the music, the memory, the mind. It's all coming together. They say music is harmony. You got to play the notes. And I like how you put that point together, how the brainwave works. And music is a tremendous memory tool for folks, man. We just think about the songs when we're driving and we hear, we go, man, back in. So I definitely could see how that worked. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm gonna make sure our team put the information out there to the community. Let's get out to this event. Let's network. Let's go listen to some great music. Let's learn something. Let's be intentional so that we can be preventive and continue to impact our community. Go get you some tickets. Come check out this experience. Come listen to the brother, The Rock, the new Rock. Whatever The Rock says. So let's go and make it happen. And so with that being said, before we get to our other hidden gems, I definitely want to give you all an opportunity to give any shots out to any folks that maybe help you guys put this concert together, any team members. I don't want them to say, hey, I saw you guys on both sides of the conversation. Y'all didn't throw no shots out to me. I help you put this together, but this is the time to do it. Go ahead and uplift your team, your family, and folks that help support y'all get through this process.
Well, shout out to the Global Brain Health Institute. Shout out to Alzheimer's Association, who has supported this initiative through their grants. Very grateful. And shout out to all the staff and folks at the Memory and Aging Center at UCSF for their support. Also the San Francisco Conservatory of Music, all the folks over there who've been working with us diligently to put this on. And I want to plug on Friday, about Friday, the first single to Memories Unleashed, the album is going to come out, and it's a romping rendition of Route 66. To give you an example of nostalgia, everybody knows Route 66, right? The great song that Nat King Cole sang. But wait till you hear this version. Wait till you hear this version. So the music is starting to come out as well, and that's what's great. We're connecting everything together. So
cool. I'm looking forward. Go ahead and put that information in chat so that we can get that out to the community too. We want them to support all that. Brother Charles, I know you got a lot. Go ahead and uplift some of those amazing folks that work with you. Miss Jackson, all of them. I see the email today from her. Go ahead and uplift some of them amazing folks.
Absolutely. So I think Eric covered many of the groups and organizations that really are instrumental in this. Alzheimer's Association, San Francisco Conservatory of Music, to be able to offer a concert of this scale for absolutely free, really unparalleled with the amount of support that we've received. I think shout out to everybody who's mentored me along the way, my family. And honestly, I think a very important shout out I want to make is really to you, John, and the community. I think many folks, very often, but you all inspire me to be a better physician, to be a better doctor, to be a better community advocate. The work that I'm able to do with folks like Eric, et cetera, it comes in large part because you all help give me inspiration. And shout out to you all just for being here this evening and taking time out of your schedules to listen to us speak. And so I just want to express my gratitude to you all in that way.
Man, thank you, Charles. And I just want to say, you guys, when we talk about changing the narrative, okay, it's people like Charles and The Rock that's here. That's making that change. When we talk about institution, the UCSF Galaxy, when we talk about in our community, the disparities and how Black folks have this disconnect with these institutions, it's folks like Charles that bridge that gap, that make it easier for these institutions to work within our community. Yeah. I just want to thank you both because it takes courage to tell a story, to sing a song about the pain that sometimes we deal with in our families. To see you all spearhead and being a part of this change is so important to our community. So community, you've been blessed tonight. 2 amazing hidden gems that's making change, impacting our community, our hidden gems for this month of March. Thank you all for tuning in. Looking forward to seeing you all at the concert. The ticket information is up on the screen. We got the Route 66 Musically up there. Make sure you go check it out and see what's going on. Again, Brother Charles, Brother Rock, looking forward to seeing you all soon in the community. Have a blessed evening. Thank you. Continue to keep doing up the great work and support our mental health and brain health in the country. This is going to be a countrywide thing. So thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
All right, community, there you have it. 2 amazing hidden gems. They are doing the work. Like when we talk about music in mind, 2 things that come together. It's in harmony. See, music is about harmony. It's coming together. Y'all make sure y'all check out Elijah Rock. See some of the things that he's having. We put the links in the chat. You guys should see it on all social media handles. Click on the link. Support. See what's going on. Make sure you get those tickets. I need the people of the community to get out of there. Let's go ahead and listen to some of this great music and really participate in this change. When we talk about mental health, we talk about mind. This is where you want to be. Get some of that information, network, and see what's going on. All right. With that being said, I don't know if I should give an applause. I don't know if I should drop a bomb. I don't know. We got the amazing Kings Accountability Group tonight. We got two of the amazing Lions of the Year. See, if you don't know, they're going to tell you what this means. See, it's big. See, something about a lion. Let me just tell y'all, because I'm a Leo, so I can talk a little bit about the lion. The lion is a special animal. He might not be the biggest. He might not be the strongest. He might not be the toughest. But the tenacity, the courage, the fear, the roar. If you are a lion, you understand. Tonight, we are honoring 2 amazing gems. We have my guy. He's coming back. Y'all already know. Brother Ron G. What's going on? Welcome to both sides of the conversation. And we also going to bring up Victor, the 2024. Okay, year 25.
He let off that roar real quick. We in the building.
Let me just say this because I want the community to understand. Victor is out of state right now, community. He's dealing with a blackout. You know the beginning. See how everything ties together? He's dealing with a blackout. He's driving around trying to find a spot to get on because he knows it's important. He is the Lion of the Year. But see, when you make a way out of no way, you can't be stopped. But again,
That's right.
to the point that I made earlier, we have to be prepared because we never know if the lights will go out, if the storm is coming, if it's going to be an earthquake. Is it a natural? We don't know. But you got to be prepared. But he's committed. He's here. Brother Victor Johnson. How you doing tonight, Keith?
Right.
Speak that language.
Good,
Talk that
man.
talk.
Feeling good, man. Appreciate y'all having us. Both sides of the conversation has always got love from King's Accountability Group, man. So we appreciate you welcoming us into your territory. Thank you, sir.
Oh, man. All the Kings, all of the Lions are always welcome to both sides of the conversation. I am one of those Kings. You guys are always welcome to come to the jungle. Brother Ron, good to see you. You know, when Ron come in the building, this platform get turned up. Community, get ready. When you talk about
You already know
the information, the accountability, when you talk about a king who stands on business, these are the kings of accountability. I'm just saying, Brother Ron G, talk to the people.
Hey, man, first of all, man, just want to shout out you for what you've been doing for the entire community, from the point to the Mo to all across the water, to everybody that even knows what you about, man. Y'all doing a big thing. You and Angelique, the whole staff, man. We are super excited to be on this platform, man. You've done much, not just for King's Accountability, but just for every single group that's looking for a platform to really get their message across and know for a fact it's going to be given in a special way. So, you know, we always extra hyped to be here for you. You part of us. You just stepped in our rooms with us, man.
Oh, man,
so we thank you for that.
Ron, you don't get me fired up. You already know.
Come on. Talk that talk.
Oh, I love it.
Man. Well, for the folks out there that don't know, Ron, because you guys do so much. I mean, when you talk about impact, not just in sports, what you do with young people, what you do with men, what you do with families, I think is so spectacular, right? And not too many brothers could come together and do it how the Kings are doing it. But for the folks who maybe just tuned in for the first time, maybe just heard you, or maybe seeing y'all, I don't understand. They see those nice gold lions on the back all over social media. You know, talk to the people. Tell them what this award means, and then also let the folks know what you all are doing and why this being honored as the Lions of the Year is so important.
First of all, man, it's a pleasure to be here with you again. Straight out, you know, King's Accountability is an organization that was built on a support system, right? We worked with Dr. Eric Thomas, and just from that particular platform that he held, boom, came along King's Accountability to keep a bunch of my 4 members started the organization, just a way for them to be accountable to their own actions. And lo and behold, today it's a huge 501(c)(3). We're doing some massive things in the mentoring world with the youth and with men specifically. Our group is a movement in itself, man. We've established a reputation in the community where people come to us and they know for a fact they're going to get their medicine, they solution to some of the problems that they just never knew that they could get solved. And I'm one of them. I'm living proof that this formula of accountability works, and we rely on each other. Victor is actually my speaking coach, and it's amazing how we work with each other because we do things in a way where we bounce off each other. We use our entire platform to hold each other accountable to various things. One of the most important things that we do is we hold ourselves accountable for being the best version of ourselves, right? We're not going to let somebody that's in our organizations fall behind. We make sure that we create other opportunities. I host a 5 a.m. accountability show, just a morning wake-up call every day from Monday through Friday. We do that because we want to give our members the opportunity to stay focused, right? Vic, how you feel about what we got going, man? Am I hitting the spots? Are we really doing it?
Oh, yeah, you spot on, Ken. You spot on. You know exactly what to say, man. And the thing about the whole Lion of the Year is, you know, it evolved from the Lion of the Week. And now the guys are doing, if you're a Lion of the Week, you're eligible to be a Lion of the Quarter. If you become a Lion of the Quarter, then you become eligible to be a Lion of the Year, which both myself, Ron Jeezy, brother named John Brown, Lee West, they were all quarterly Lions last year. And the thing about that, John, is that it's about celebrating a man growing from one stage to the next from week to week. You know, it doesn't matter. I love what King Rich, Richie Rich always says, you know, one guy might have had $1 million sale this past week, but another guy made his first 10 push-ups in 10 years. That's the Lion, right? this guy overcame his own obstacles to challenge his own fears, his own, setbacks, and was able to still come through and show up. And so the Lion of the Week is big to us because it affords us an opportunity to celebrate guys. And, we black men, a lot of us don't really celebrate even the smaller wins, man. And it's something about that is very addicting and contagious. If you can celebrate one win, then it can help you lead to the next win. And we all about that in this group. And it's a really safe space for us to come on Sunday mornings virtually. We got guys in 3 different countries. I don't know how many states at this point, about 65 members that are part of the 501c3 group. And it's just a beautiful community. And on any given Sunday, you're going to see a bunch of guys laughing. You're going to catch a couple guys crying in there. And it's all good either way.
Yeah. And just to piggyback on what he was saying is like the fact that we get to hold each other accountable in a safe space, it just opens up the opportunity for people to be vulnerable and to be transparent about the things that they're going through, from alcoholism to dealing with their wife and their wife's situations and how they can be better husbands to some of their kids and knowing how to handle their relationships with their kids, and just figuring out things together is giving us an opportunity to really know for a fact that this organization is changing lives and being impactful in ways that, I knew for a fact when I was nominated for the award, you don't really see yourself in that role. And I don't care how much you have, what your dollar figures are, what your lifestyle is like. When you get nominated for this award, you like, is that really me up there? You really look at it like you can't believe it, even though and Vic alone has done some phenomenal things. And I've done a couple of things. That's here and there. But when things happen, you don't really believe it until you start seeing all these thousands of phone calls. Like you just won a Lion of the Year. You still shocked. Like it, no matter how great of a things you've achieved, when you win this award, it's like, wow, my peers have acknowledged me. You really feel like you've done something special, because that whole year was a special moment for me. And to see Vic, I actually voted for Vic. I'm gonna be honest with you. Vic has done some incredible things in the community. Not only has he done it in his community, but he's worked diligently to help us secure a $40,000 grant for our Prince to Kings movement that we have. That's our mentoring process. And without Vic right there by our side, by my side specifically, just guiding me and helped me along with some of the more in and outs of the financial aspects of it, none of this is possible. We have a phenomenal team, but Vic and I work extremely well together. Like I said, he's my speaking coach. I rely on him for a lot of different things. And this is one of the things that he's champions. Not only is he my speaking coach, but he's actually coaching about 5 or 6 other of my coaches that are on that screen right there. So, we're doing some incredible things together, man. That's what we do with each other. We bounce off each other. We motivate each other, and we just make sure that we're there for each other. It's crazy because when you got black men working together, you in trouble, baby. We coming for you.
And Ron, I have to say this, and I'm glad you said that, because iron do sharpen iron, and I've been to
100%
the meetings, and look, you guys get to hold me accountable, because I know T-Bid hit me, and I haven't been consistent because there's so much going on. But over the last few months, well, not few months, it's been about a month and a half. Ron, we talked last time you was on here about the importance of self-care, health, and we do this work sometimes in the community. You just run. And someone said it's a thankless job that we do in the community. But it's very important what we do. And I had to step back because, my mission, my vision, and my goals of what I wanted to see for our community. And I know when you have a community big as ours, to move that boat around, it takes a lot. And for me, it's a challenge because I have people on my team like Angelique, different folks who keep me accountable and keep me energized and keep going. But I was getting to this point of frustration. I was getting to this point of disappointment. It was hard because I didn't have accountability folks like how you all are on me every day. But I had to take some of the things that we talked about before. I had to step back and say, look, I need some time for my person, for myself, right? I found myself not having time for family, not having time for the things that I like, not being able to tap into me. And I think it's so important in doing this work that when we have circles like Kings, the group of Kings Accountability Group that holds each other accountable. And I think it's so important, not only for the folks here, but like you said, there's folks on all across the United States and beyond that's a part of this group. And I love the model and how you guys uplift folks in there and working with the young people and bridging them and giving the young people power and inspiration and guidance. And like you said, talking about different difficulties, families. And I love the support from the brothers. One thing I was telling somebody about T in the group was how no matter what, the positive support that comes from all the brothers. When we talk about the narrative, when we talk about Black men having conversations about difficulties and what impacts us, sometimes folks throw the barbershop talk in there, and it's like, it's not always, the real conversation that's needed to have. But when you're a part of the King's Accountability Group and you're talking about some of these struggles and you're talking about some of these obstacles as a man to be accountable for and how to move forward, the knowledge and the wisdom that you all have to bring to people's lives, I mean, it's transformational. I mean, and I appreciate the group because, again, I mean, what you all are doing, folks pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get that game and to have that support. So to see you guys consistently do it, and I know this King of the Year award is something because it starts with consistency and dedication. And I know that's the hardest thing sometimes for brothers. We got families, we're leading, we're doing the things we do, but to have consistency and to show up for others, man, it's an honor, man. And I just want to say thank you guys, and I'm just happy that you are the kings, the voices of the group, and also moving the group and the voices of the young people in the community, the young versus the old, together as one. And I just love that, bridging the gap and pushing it up, Ryan. You know what that means to me.
Hey, Vic, we can just go home. Sir. He didn't said it all.
He laid it out lovely, right? And we appreciate that. And, one thing I will say to kind of piggyback on that is, you're right. It's a tireless job to be out here and pour into other people, right? To pour into men of color, at all different stages of their lives, right? And also every single Friday, Ron G and his team of mentors that are King Accountability certified, they're mentoring into young men over in Richmond every Friday. Food, mentorship, love, and half of the whole thing is just showing up. They keep showing up no matter what. They just keep showing up for these young men. And somebody did it for us. Like, I was part of Omega Boys Club back in the day with Dr. Joe Marshall. And just seeing him drive me from Potrero Hill back to Richmond on Thursday nights is like, why is this dude doing this at 10 o'clock at night? That's the same kind of dedication we see Ron and the team of P2K doing. And I got to say this because we are a nonprofit. It's, we out here grinding for donations and sponsorship and grants. And so anybody that's listening to this, if you believe in men of color, if you believe in young men of color and really where they want to go, you young moms out there with young boys, we got a crew of solid, high integrity based men that are out here pouring back into the community. And I think if you got $5, you got a corporation that's willing to contribute to somebody, we need to be that group that you're looking at. I'm not ashamed to say that because I'm proud of the work that we do. And I see that how $100 could completely change a 13-year-old or 14-year-old's life with the consistency that we're pouring back in. So anyway, all that to say is that this community, man, is all about uplifting each other, our community, and definitely our households and our businesses. And we have a chat group. So outside of Sunday call, you can still drop something in the chat. And maybe you're dealing with a challenge. You got an entire board of directors of about 65 men in a variety of industries, parts of the world, demographics, financial status. And they're going to chime in and say, oh, bro, you dealing with that? Yo, I got this cat. Hey, check this website out. Hey, do you know this guy? Hey, call my man. He got you. And that kind of resource availability, and it's coming from a place of love and trust. You can't beat that, man. I love this community.
Man, and I'm going to tell you why I love y'all, because Different Kings, believe me, these brothers reach out to me, man. T call me all the time. Hey, Jay, I'm just tapping in. I'm seeing what's up with you. Out of the blue, he don't want nothing. And this is what I really love about the Kings. T, a few of the cats over there, they always reach out to me. What's up, King? You good? And I just want to say I appreciate that. And I'm glad you and Ron, and I want Ron to highlight this a little bit more. We talk about Black men don't have that space. And I'm saying this across this country. We need these type of groups because as Black men, like you said, we have no outlet, you know, and shout out to our queens. They get groups, they can do stuff together. But when it comes to the brothers, we don't have a lot, right? And then when we speak up and we complain about some of our issues, we sassy. Oh, we're not masculine enough. We're not leaders. You know, you get all of this negative stuff. So Ron, I want to talk to you about this because I keep saying this. I've been saying this for years. Folks who watch me know, man, we need a safe space. We need to be open. We need to be able to speak the way we need to speak and the things that we need when we're going through it, because we always keeping our front up and trying to do our thing. But when we talk about households, we talk about relationships, you know, whenever a man brings up his issues, man, I hear it. I know y'all see it on social media. It's like a brother sassy because he have a question. Or he going through something. So Ron, I want to talk to you because you always good to break this down, because we need support. And we also need support from the women of the community. We need support from the men. But how do we navigate this? Because young people are dealing with it. When we talk about peer pressure, when we talk about how do we navigate it as men, because we shut down easy. You know, we can go silent quick. How do we navigate this?
First of all, man, that's a phenomenal question, because it hits on a lot of the root of the problems that we have in our community. And that's making sure that there's a comfortable space for you to be comfortable, right? And inside of CAG, we established that, but we established that comfort zone by making sure we focus on some of our key quadrants. One of the most important parts about being a member of King's Accountability is we celebrate spirituality, right? We just recently had a forum where we had Muslims, Christians, and we even invited some atheists if they were available in our organization. And we did that for a reason, because we wanted to make sure that we emphasize the point of how spiritual production can lead to us constantly being together with each other, right? So we hit on certain points that we know for a fact that are going to elevate our entire community with our spirituality, through our health, through our fitnesses, through our finances. We make sure that we got topics that are relevant to what it's going to take for us to stay connected, right? We understand that there's some hoop going on that day, some football might be going on that day, but that's not the real essence, right, Vic? That's not really what drives true men to really lock in and say 69 of us is finna lock in today, because we're going to be talking about what it means to be a Muslim, what it means to be a Christian. What can I do, Vic, to add value to my health? What are you doing with your health that I need to be doing with my health? How can you teach me how to be better financially literate? You can find those answers every Sunday at 7:30 on Zoom with the King's Accountability. And we've also taken that entire philosophy and moved it over to the youth. Friday nights, bring your kids. We got something for you. And I'm saying that not because it's a program that I got a team of people running. It's a program that I'm seeing working. And not only is it special here in Cali, Vic's being kind of quiet, but we have a suit up program where we doing suits in Dallas. Come on, Vic, talk about that for me.
Yeah, man. So again, this has been a blessing to be part of the King's Accountability Group. Last year, we were gifted with over 300 brand new suits. I mean, and these wasn't no cheesy ones out of some of the retail stores. These are high quality suits. And we were able to bring our first P2K suit up event was back in November here in Dallas, Texas. And we gave away, I think, about 50 suits that day. But even more important than the suit was the mentorship of our kings, being able to pour into those young men, teach them how to shake hands, look people in their eye, how to speak with confidence, how to walk in a room and take up space, how to be confident in what you're communicating. You know, it's one thing to have a ton of brilliance up here, but if you can't communicate it out, then it's useless, right? For the world to be able to understand that value you have. And so this Saturday, March 8th, we're doing our second Prince to King suit up event here in the Dallas, Texas area. And we're going to give away 70 suits this Saturday and do the mentorship. And of course, we get a lot of partnership from the school districts and some of the restaurants around town, but it's still our King's Accountability Group mentors pouring back into these young men. These are men that I mentored, young men that I mentored last year in the middle school area. And now they're in high school. The plan was to get them these suits last year, but it took so long to get the suits that I reached back out to the district. Was like, hey, find every one of them boys. They now in high school somewhere in Texas, in Dallas. We got to get them up here for Saturday. So this week we'll be giving suits away, but it's the mentorship that lasts long after the suit has been outgrown.
Yeah,
man, that is so powerful. Dallas Utility Company, get the power back on. But
talk to him, Jay.
But I'm so happy that you all do this because, you know, just you speaking about that. You know, when we first started our group, our mentor program with our young people, and Nate was a part of it, Rico, a bunch of folks. I just see my guy Mac 10 in the chat. Shout out to 10. We taught the young brothers how to tie ties. That was one of the things, you know, we wanted to talk about doing the suits, but just tying ties. And I happened to be out eating. And I ran into a young brother who was going to an event after church. And he had his tie on. And he ran up to me and said, "Hey, how you like my tie? You taught me how to put my tie on." And that's so important. That's so important.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm glad you all are doing that because so many times the impressions, because of the social media influence, because of the communities and the cultures we come from, our young people don't get to see brothers in suits and they don't know what it's like. And I'm glad you're doing that because I think all young men should have an opportunity to wear a suit to a special event. And I hope we get more and more programming for these young brothers because it's a different level of confidence. Like you said, it's a different level of their presence when they have a suit on. It's like, man, I feel good about yourself. I be telling the young brothers, man, put a suit on sometimes. Just walk around with a suit on. You feel important.
Changes your whole
John, man, you said something there a minute ago. Like you taught this young man how to wear a tie. You see him at a later date with the tie on. You don't know how many other kids his age he didn't impacted just by having it on. Less known the ones he even talked about having it on with, right? And so I like to say, and I don't know where I heard this, but it just hit so hard, man. We can count the number of seeds in an apple, but you can never count the number of apples that will come from that seed. And so each one of us pouring into young men of color, older than us in some cases, but we don't know where they going tomorrow, later today, and going to be able to impact somebody. And, man, if we could all just step out and really have a mindset of service, of love, and respect, it'll start, again, being contagious and spreading across, man. And it's just something so powerful. And the thing with the suit is that as Black men, we already know how we getting that rep on us, man. We could go anywhere and folks start clutching, start looking crazy. But these young men, to walk into a room with a suit on, you already earned your respect. Now you can prove out that respect because we taught you how to communicate, how to, find your own identity and self-assess where your gaps are and be able to be okay with addressing those with another man and say, hey, man, where am I slipping at? And let's address that. So that's what all of this is about for King's Accountability Group, is pouring into the next generation and the current generation of men who make a difference in their communities.
Man, and that's
John,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Because
I just want to be clear. Like, we speak of men of color, but I want to just be totally clear is that in Richmond, San Pablo, it's on the borderline between the north, central, and the middle. So I want to let everybody know that where we're at in Richmond, we have Black and brown kids in our program, with the majority being brown right now. And the reason why it's so it's important that I want people to understand that is because that dynamic is showing our love for just people, for the human family, right? And the reason why we do it like that and why we show up and show out is because we want the world to know that what we have is for everybody that can get there, right? And that's why we do what we do. I mean, I'm so serious about that. We got an entire Black and brown community that's supporting this program, located in Richmond at West County Salesians Youth Club. Shout out to them. But that's the biggest part that I really love about it. Being raised in the point, but you know what I mean, got ties to the mission. I like to make it be known that it's important that we keep that connection together. We tying Black and brown folks, boy, we breaking down some barriers. I'm telling you something, Jay. We break down those barriers.
Hey, Rod, from day one, I always talk about the Black and brown. I never forget my brown community because I know it's a part We are the ones who deal with it. We are the ones that feel it. But together, we can change everything. And Victor, I want to say I'm a part of the Omega family tree too. You know, they just celebrated 36 years, 7 years or something. Jack and Dr. Marshall, and again. And this is why I say mentorship is so important. I always tell people, because if it wasn't for Jack, where would I be?
Me too. He bought me my first glove.
If it wasn't for Jack, where would I be?
Right.
And people say, well, John, you go so hard for the youth. You do all this. There was a time where I didn't go hard for myself, but it was people like Dr. Marshall. It was people like Jack. There was people like Corey Monroe. There was people like T-Top. There was people like, you know what I mean? It was people who poured into me. How could I quit? You know, Jack would always say, only thing, I said, Jack, one day I just want to pay you back. I was a young man. I just want to pay you back. He said, the only way you can pay me back is help bless some other young people. So that's why my continued consistency with working with the young people at Juvenile Hall in San Francisco, working with the young people in community is so important to me. Sometimes I say to hell with the adults. I'm gonna just be real. Sometimes the adults is the problem, and I give you guys credit because y'all deal with some of these adults. Sometimes I say that the adults is the problem, but our young people, especially young men of Brown and Brown, they need this. And they need high value men of integrity. What you and Ron is doing, what the Kings Accountability Group is doing is so important. You give hope to the young brothers. When they see they got an opportunity to wear a suit, when they see they got an opportunity to speak up, when they see that somebody believes in them. Jack always say, when the last time you talked to a young person on the bus? When the last time you just walked to a young person and said hello? So many young people feel disconnected from the elders of the community because we're so afraid of the stereotype. Or if I say something to the youngster, they gonna snap on me, or they gonna do this. And that's what's happening. But we got to bridge this gap, because I'm looking around what's going on, especially right now in this economic challenging time that we're having with job loss. Men are being impacted. And we know the black and brown community gets hit first when it comes to these crises, unemployment. And how do we keep our men encouraged? And how do we keep the young men encouraged that, hey, the elders are trying to give us the torch. They're trying to give us an opportunity. They're trying to uplift us. And you guys are doing it. It's so important for folks out there watching, to the mothers, the single mother. You need a man. Reach out to the Kings Accountability. You need a man to talk to the young man. Brother Raji, we got a couple more minutes. Y'all give it to the mothers out there because they need to hear it. Mom,
hey, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I was raised by a single black woman, and I was raised by my sisters as well. I got 3 beautiful sisters, and they all helped raise me, and my love for women is impeccable. I raised my son the same way. My son takes very good care of his mother. Very good care of his grandmother. Shout out to RJ. He just went 3 for 3 today in the game. So I'm shouting out my son, something like that. But I gotta love all women, man. If you don't, something ain't right, y'all. That's there's a disconnect. If you got a kid, a boy that don't love his mom, that's like weird, right? Vic, don't you think that's kind of odd? You gotta love your mom.
It's definitely weird.
100%. Yeah. I mean, obviously, since we're here, I'm gonna definitely shout out my wife, Latasha Johnson, because the thing is, I'm one of them guys that's high energy, high, outgoing. I'm doing speaking events, I'm mentoring, I got clients, I'm consulting, I'm doing stuff with the bank, I'm doing stuff with King's Accountability Group, and she just sit back and chill, man, and really holds me down. And I respect her so much because, a lot of us are out here doing this and that and the third, and then you come home and you got to argue with somebody, or somebody like, why are you doing this and that? But my woman is somebody solid. She runs her business. I support her, and we need men that want to continue to uplift these women. Black women out here killing it, bro. I mean, statistically, I think over 80% business owners, and like they're leading in educational areas and all of this, man. And so we got to be strong just like them, man. We got to take back some of that leadership and bring our families back together, bro.
Yeah,
see, Victor, I'm glad you brought that out. It was shots fired. I was giving the women coming after me. Why are you talking about the single mother? I'm sorry. Hey, shout out to the queen. We got to uplift the women. We are in the women's history, but so many women are making history, and we want to uplift them. And I'm glad you all continue to uplift that. I mean, that was a good breakaway because they was coming from. What are you talking about? Single mother? Here you go. Shots fired. I'm like, Shots fired. They coming for the bishop. You been gone for a while. We're coming for you, bishop. Hey, but No, it's so important, and I'm glad you said that, because I know we do get a lot of women who come back on the East Coast who watch our stuff, and we always encouraging the women to understand, to be that man, to be that head, to be that leader. Again, we move so many parts, and it's always great when you have somebody who's patient, understanding. Sometimes you don't get all of the time, but when you have somebody who is changing life, inspiring community, making moves to make a better place for us all, to stand on that side of that man and walk with him is something very powerful. So that's huge that you shot that out publicly display. All the ladies like, man, done it publicly display.
Yeah, man. That's what we do. Hey, that's what we do, man. That's why he the Lion of the Year right now,
this
man.
is why y'all the Lions of the Year. And we got more Lions coming up, man.
Yeah, we do.
But, I know we got to get out of here. Listen, I want to uplift y'all. I know y'all shouted out the ladies. Go ahead and give out any shots out to any of the folks out there, because I know you guys impact so many young people. I know y'all doing the stuff in school, the sports. Uplift some of those folks, and just the folks that support y'all, because it's so important. And I want to make sure they get their acknowledgement here tonight. I know so many of them that could be here tonight, but we got the two Lions of the Year. Go ahead, brothers.
Man, I'm gonna jump in here real quick, and I'm gonna give it over to the current Lion of the Year. I want to give a shout out to the entire King's Accountability family and their wives. Also, I want to give a shout out to the two brothers that will be hosting this Friday. You already mentioned their name. This Friday at the P2K session on site. That's brother Terrence T. Top and Mac 10 Larry C. Jones Jr. in the building. 6:30 at West County, you guys. We're gonna drop the lug in there. Shout out to the whole P2K team. Shout out to my son and everybody else, my sisters. And hey, shout out to Angelique and the back of the scene crew back there. I love y'all.
Yeah, brother Victor, come on, get some shout out. Shout out to Don, man. Larry back 10 is a
absolutely. Well, definitely the entire King's Accountability Group family and the leadership, the board, Terrell Muhammad, CB Phillips, King Clifton, JB. It's just so many of the guys. I want to definitely shout them out. And I also want to shout out folks that have already supported us tremendously. City of Richmond has stepped up big time, man, to help us out with this youth program. Travis Credit Union has helped us out. Several banks here in Dallas have helped us out. Carrollton Farmers Branch Independent School District. And we just want to continue to do good work, man. So thank you to anybody who has shouted us out on social media, given us a review, said a positive thing about us, shared our website, kingsaccountabilitygroup.org. We appreciate you, and trust me, it does not go unrecognized. So thank you. And thank you, John Henry and Angelique, for having us on the both sides of the conversation.
Come on, man. Y'all always welcome. Ron GT already know this is like second home. Whenever
we rock, baby. Hey, look, you got to come down to the session on site and shoot live.
Listen, I'm coming. I told you to send me your sales so I can pull up on you. But listen, see, he get to hold me accountable now. I've been telling Ron I got to knock his hat off. Okay, I'm gonna get you a hat. Okay, Ron, I'm gonna come pull up on you. I might try to pull up on Friday while y'all dealing with the young princes.
Come on, man. I'm gonna call you, man. I'm gonna get you there. I'm gonna get you there,
brothers, man. Because again, it's so powerful, man. And I thank you all for what you all are doing. I see you guys having y'all conversations, doing what y'all doing on social media, as well as the group. This Sunday, I'm gonna try to. I know this past Sunday, I was trying to listen to the mayor that y'all had on the Antioch, and I missed that. And it'd be so much, but I just appreciate y'all always keeping the doors open for brothers to come speak. And I know y'all always keep y'all phones and stuff on. And again, the reach of the King's Accountability Group around all the states in the United States of America and beyond. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. I got to get on Tito. I'm going to say, hey, the two Lions of the Years here. Where the rest of the group at? They supposed to be jumping in supporting us. We supposed to have 200 on here. Hey, but I appreciate you guys. And definitely I want to uplift y'all programming. Send over that information, Ron, to Angelique for this Saturday, to all of the brothers out there, okay? They having the Man Unity hike that's happening this Saturday. I think it's at 9:30. I'll get the flyer out. Brothers, let's show up. This is a way to meet some other brothers in the Bay Area. It's going to be folks from San Francisco, Oakland, all over Hip Hop TV, a number of 510 hikers, a number of folks coming together for brothers. We're going to come together in unity, do a hike for health, and just get the network and meet some of the brothers out there. I'm going to get my butt out there and get up that hill with them. Because that's what it's about. I've been doing my journey of hiking and keeping my health in play and taking time to myself. And I want you all to know, even with all of the amazing work that you do, prioritize your health and mental health and take time away. And it's okay. People say things, oh, you stepped away. We don't see you. Look, people will run you dry. I'm gonna just tell you, I went back, I was sitting there the other day, Ron, and I'm going through all of the events, all the organizations I supported. I said, wow, right? I looked at my schedule. You know, your schedule pop up on your calendar, and I was looking at weeks, 5, 6, 7 days a week. I'm going. I take
no gaps,
31 days to myself, and people go, oh, you quit on the community. We don't see you. Why did you come to my event? Like, hold it, people, relax. I gotta re-energize. I gotta look at what's going on. I gotta redirection.
Recalibrate.
Man, we got so much going on, Ron, and that's why I appreciate you all. We gotta narrative that we gotta shift in our community. We gotta sit down and have some conversations, some things that we gotta do. If we want to move our community forward, I mean, we are in survival mode. I'm just gonna be honest. Black folks, brown folks in this country are in survival mode. Okay, what is about to happen over the next 90 days? It's going to impact us. Look at the economy, how things are changing. These tariffs, people are being impacted every day. I'm watching tech companies here in the Bay Area lay off massive amount of workers. You know that's going to impact our communities. Those people pay, buy, shop, our businesses. Folks are being impacted. We're going to need each other to uplift. The most impacted are Black businesses. So I encourage all the people watching tonight, find a Black business. Let's make Black Friday every Friday. Support the Black businesses and Black businesses out there. We're going to continue to uplift you. We need y'all to sign up, join our Hidden Gem show so we can uplift your business and make sure that folks out there in the community know how to connect with you so we can circulate our Black and brown dollars within our community. So, man, before I let y'all go again, thank you, Victor. Thank you, Ron. I'm inspired. Okay, my blood is racing again. I'm up. I don't think I can go to sleep tonight. Now I'm thinking, how can I do this? How can I do it? I gotta support the Kings. I gotta make sure the Kings keep going. Welcome to the Lions, Den. We all.
Hey man, we appreciate your energy, man. We love it. We love that energy.
Yeah. You know, we love you, Jay Hen. Can't wait to connect with you, man. We changing the world.
Oh man, definitely, man. I'm gonna connect with you. I'm gonna throw your hats in there so I can pull up on you, brother. I'm gonna get those to you because now I'm being held accountable because I'm supposed to got it to you. Angelique, make sure I get those hats to Ron G. Send me a reminder.
That's the first thing I said to her when I seen her today.
If Ron come back again, he don't have his hand. He'll say, John, here.
I'm gonna need one for Vic too now.
Bro, I'm about to drop that P.O. box in there for you, bro.
Hey, man. Hey,
we love you, bro.
Hey, we love you, man. Thank you guys for coming on.
Anytime you need us, man, just let us know. We're gonna show up. Next time, let us know when you really need us in full force. If you want us to step on the scene for you, let us know. We'll bring a bigger team. I mean, anytime you on the road or doing remote stuff, let us know. We'll be there.
Yeah. And safe travels to all the folks out there traveling with these planes going down. I'm about to hit the road. I'll be out of here for a couple of days. But Ron, what I want to do though, and I told T about this. I know y'all have y'all Sunday meetings. I really want to put together a real conversation with, man, about 10 of us, right? To really talk about some of the things that's happening with our young people in the community, have a real men's conversation. I want to do it on
Let's do it. So
I have Angelique connect with y'all, but I think this is something important as we come into, getting close to Father's Day or whatever. I just want to bring brothers together, have a conversation with the brothers, and then I want to do the same thing with the sisters. But I want to get some powerful brothers to come talk about the things that we talked about tonight in a real conversation.
Oh yeah, we got a list of them for you. Just let us know, Jay. We got you. Anything you need from us, we at your beck and call.
For sure.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Well, y'all go ahead. Victor, I'm so proud of you. This brother out there in the car, y'all. No lights, no power in Dallas. And he still showed up on both sides of the conversation. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, we had to do it for you, King. We had to do it for you, bro.
Man, I appreciate y'all. Well, Victor, be safe. Get somewhere. Hopefully the lights get back on soon. Utilities of Dallas, get it back on. The brothers got to get their suits this weekend. All right, get it back on.
That's right.
Come on, man. Brother Ron, I'm going to see you around. Make sure you give Angelique a hit so I could go ahead and get the information. I'm trying to pull up on you on Friday, brother.
It's all good. I got you. I appreciate you, man. Take care. I love y'all.
Oh, man, for sure. All right, community, there you have it. The great Kings Accountability Group. Hey, if you don't know about them, you gotta go check out the Kings. They are doing phenomenal things for all you mothers in the East Bay that's looking for folks to work with your young people. The Kings Accountability Group is where you want to go. Check out the Kings, man. They are doing some phenomenal things to transform our young people. If you need support, again, single mothers, no shots fired, single mothers. If you need some support, reach out to my guy, Ron G, and the Kings. They can definitely help support you. All right, community. With that being said, we're gonna get ready to wrap this thing up. It's 8 o'clock already. It's getting late. But I just want to say, first of all, so proud of the Kings County group, and just happy that we was able to pull off our Hidden Gem segment for this month. And I know for some folks it's frustrating because y'all used to seeing us here. Please check out our community announcements. They'll be putting them out. Again, if you want to know what events are going on, we are still getting the events out. But yes, we did listen to the community. As you all see, we jumped straight into the show. We're not reading all of the community events and announcements on the show so that we could get into it, because a lot of folks was getting frustrated. Hey, man, it's taking too long to see the Hidden Gem, the Educational Thursday presentation, or the conversation. So our phenomenal team, Angelique and them, has put together a community announcement memo. It is going out on all of our social media handles. Please, again, sign up for our newsletter. If you want to know what's going on in the community, what events are happening, or if you have an event that you want us to put in to our social media to get out to community, please reach out to us at BSOTC at events, and we'll get that information up on the screen. But again, we'll continue to push out our community announcement. Also, I want to make a community announcement. Check out our social media handles. Collective Impact is asking for donations and support for their summer programming. Collective Impact, MoMAG, the amazing work that they do with our young people in San Francisco. We need to support them. There's a QR code going around on social media. Please help and support them. We cannot let politics and policy and what's going on stop our young people from having an amazing experience over the summer, being able to have summer jobs and things of that nature. We know programs like Collective Impact help young people from committing crime, from getting knowledge, traveling, trips, experiences. We want to make sure that we keep our programming running. And I want everybody to go out there, check out our social media handles. I put the flyer out there, support them, make a donation. Every dollar counts. Hey, make sure you support the Kings Accountability Group. Send them donations. And hey, don't forget about the bishop. I need some help too. Send me a donation. All right. With that being said, before I let you guys go, you know, I can't come on the air without giving a benediction. It's that time. I'm gonna make it short. I'm gonna make it sweet. Y'all haven't heard me for a month. No, maybe I should make it go long because y'all haven't heard me for a month. Maybe you need to hear the benediction for 2 months. I don't know. But tonight, I'm gonna get into it and give it to you so that we can get out there. Without that further ado, okay? Without that being further ado, I don't know. More to be said. Here we go. Hey, tonight, community. It was the Hidden Gems. When we talk about gem, we talk about the diamonds in the rough. Tonight, you were impacted. You were blessed by the gems that are continuing to make impact. Tonight, we started off with 2 phenomenal gems. We're talking about the mind, memory. We're talking about Alzheimer's. It's a concert that's about to happen. Get out there. Get your tickets. We're talking about the brother Charles, and we're talking about The Rock. They are going to put together a musical, a testimonial, a great show to talk about Alzheimer's and the brain memory. We know in our community so many times the things we eat, where we live, the environments impact our health. Sometimes the mind is part of what's being attacked. What they are doing, the initiative to check out the mind, to help the people understand Alzheimer's, to understand brain memory is so important. We have 2 folks that are spearheading this initiative, putting together this concept to bring community, people together to learn, to understand. It's a challenge. You heard the brother speak tonight. There's so much going on. We need these initiatives. We need these opportunities for researchers and folks who look like us to give us the information so we can be prepared and equipped to deal with our changing lives. Sometimes it's younger than older. Health is so important. Make sure you exercising. Make sure you eating right. It all plays a part. They're going to be giving away phenomenal information. Come out. Check out the free concert. All you have to do is register. Sign up. Come out and listen to some of the best jazz musicians. Come listen to the Brother Rock. He's going to give you a nice experience. Come check it out. It's all good. They was here tonight. Thank you for them showing up. Lastly, it was the Kings. The Kings Accountability Group. It's something about accountability. When people can hold other people accountable, when you trust in somebody and they can hold you accountable, it is what we need. Our community needs accountability right now. We need people to check each other, check people and say, hey, you can't do this in our community. Hey, you got to move away. Hey, you got to change the narrative. I don't know. Accountability is so important. We need it tonight. We had Ron G. We had Victor, the Lions of the Year. See, it's something about the lion that stands out more than any other animal. The courageous, the roar, the sound. It's something about lions when they're walking through. Everybody pays attention. This group, Kings Accountability Group, those lions, those men who are uplifting young brothers, who are lifting the community, who are lifting each other is so important. We need more organizations like King Accountability Group to uplift the people. We're going to continue to support them. We're going to continue to uplift them. I don't know, make a donation. They're putting young people in suits. They get them ties. They're mentoring them. They're doing stuff. We need help. We need support. We are in those times. We must be intentional. We must not be reactive, community. We must be preventive. I always say prevention releases the tension. Let's do it, community. Let's all stand together. With that being said, we're 1 month away. Our next month will be our next show. We're looking together to put together our Educational Thursday and our Sunday conversation. If you are out there, maybe you got a presentation, you've been waiting. Maybe you've been looking, you said, wait a second. I can do a presentation. I can help give my community some information. If that is you, sign up on our website today. We're looking for some educational people to come on and teach our community, give our community some gems for our Educational Thursday. If you have a PowerPoint presentation, you say, hey, community, we had enough. We need to know about this. Put your presentation together, reach out to us. If you're ready to talk, we're putting together some Sunday conversations, some topics out there. If you want to be a part of it, a panelist, sign up. We need to hear your voice. It's no rights or wrongs. No, you're better than this person. We need to hear all perspectives in our community. We need to hear both sides. I don't know. Sign up. And then our Hidden Gem segment will be coming back. If you are a business owner, or if you want to nominate somebody that's making positive impact in our community, make sure you sign them up for our Hidden Gem segment. Again, I know it's a long time. Once a month, you got all weeks ahead, 3 weeks ahead to figure out, hey, who can I nominate? How can I be a part of it for our next live show? Check us out. Again, sign up on all social media handles. Make sure you take our survey. We're still asking questions from community. How can we make this better? How can we help? Maybe you say, you know what? I'm tired of 1 month. I need two. Maybe you can help. We're always looking for volunteers, folks to support. You can always donate and support us as well. We all need help. Everybody's going through it. If that is you out there, make a donation. Log in. Check out our website. Support the work that we're doing. We're going to continue to up and lift the Black and brown community. That's what we do. We always support our people. Again, happy Women's History Month to all of the phenomenal women who are making impact and change. We have a bunch of phenomenal women here at both sides of the conversation that keeps this train rolling. Thank you to Angelique and the rest of the team. Hey, we're going to do what we keep doing here at both sides of the conversation. Blessing the people. Hey, I'll see y'all around. Okay, I'm off my health journey. Okay, people are busy. I got a phone call today. Hey, we need to see you. You've been gone for a while. Hey, I've been enjoying my peace, but I also understand there's a calling for the bishop to come back to the people. I will be there, standing and stepping and standing with the people. I'll see you around. I'll be at an event near you. I'll be in a classroom near you. I'll be with some young people near you. I'll be in the community, uplifting the people. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to all of our Hidden Gems. Thank you. Good night now, good people.